All right, I thought I would do a little video here of how to get started using Aleks. Um, I had someone email me and seemed like they're having difficulty accessing the book. So let me just say you click on My Path, you click on Blackboard, you click on the course, and once you click on the course, you should see this is the Kim. This is the online course, but yours should look like this too if you're taking it in person. You have the Aleks button here. You'll click on that, and that will send you to McGraw Hill's Aleks Learning Management System. When you go to that system, it will look similar to this. Now, yours may look a little different because the first thing you do when you're in Aleks is the initial knowledge check. And this pretty much just guides you through the process of how to use Aleks. And everyone should go through that so that they're inputting their answers correctly and they're not going to lose points just because they don't know how to input their answer or how to navigate Aleks. So I've already done that, so it's not going to let me have that option. But what I do want to show here is let's talk about these three lines in the upper left-hand corner. This is called a hamburg. That's what I've heard it called, a hamburger. You may have a different name for that, but this is where once you do the initial knowledge check, you should have this hamburg, and this is where you're going to find the textbook. So you can look at your grade book, calendar, worksheets. Let's look at the calendar just quickly to see what that looks like. The calendar tells you when the prerequisite review is done for this week. And if you want to advance to the next week, I know that we've already posted chapter 1, so that tells you chapter 1 is due on January 19th. And in fact, let's see if and chapter 2 is on the 26th. So you can use the calendar. If you want to put the month up there, you can do that and see when things are due. Okay. So let's go back to the hamburger and let's click on the textbook. I think there's a little confusion about that, so let's look at that. Now, normally I've been looking at the table already, so I'm going to tell you when you first open this up, it probably looks like this page here. Let's see. Well, let's go back to the first page. So when you open yours up, it probably looks like this. This is an important page. It has a lot of the constants and conversions that we're going to be using in the class. And actually in my last posting, I said you need to memorize these SI units, but it's in chapter 1 in a table, but it's also here. So if you want to look at these and memorize them, you can. Yes, we don't use tera that much. That's about the size of the earth. We don't use giga that much. We do use mega. If you listen to 104.5 the cat, that's 104.5 megahertz. If you listen to AM radio, it's usually kilohertz. And then deci, centi, milli, and so forth are less than 1, so smaller than the base unit. And hopefully these are familiar to you. Micro is 10 to the negative 6, starts with an M. Mega is 10 to the 6. There is a relationship there. Nano is what we use when we describe wavelengths of radiation, and pico is what we use to describe maybe the size of an atom or something like that. I do want you to memorize this conversion. 1 pound is 453.6 grams, and 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. This is a British unit to metric unit conversion in mass. This is a British unit to metric unit conversion in distance. And then we'll also talk about another one in class about the conversion of volumes. One is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter is equal to a milliliter. That's important. But we also need to know that there's 1.06 quarts in a liter. Also, as you memorize these temperature conversions, you're going to have some problems dealing with temperature conversions. We'll talk a little bit about this in class tomorrow, but it's important that you know how to convert temperature. So we go back up to the Hamburg in the book, and you can click on chapter 1, and we start chapter 1, and it just says this is this, page 15. It's not, this doesn't correspond to the page number in the book. It's just saying the 15th image out of 2,326 images. This is page 2. If you scroll down, we start the beginning of page 3, and then you say, I can't go any further. Well, that's okay. You can click on the arrow here. That'll start the next one, and you'll scroll down, and you'll see the scientific method that we talked about in class on the first day. And then that's the end of that. So you click again, and then we scroll down. And here's what I referenced in the message, was that you need to memorize these prefixes in table 1.2 on page 7. Page 8 starts just below that. And then these things highlighted in blue, these are the temperature conversions that I talk about. So anytime you see an equation, unless I say otherwise, you do need to memorize those. And you're going to learn those equations by doing the homework, or doing the modules. So, and you have an example here completely worked out, and then you have some practice problems here. You should attempt these practice problems. They get a little bit more difficult as you go through them, A, B, and C. But if you can answer all these questions after seeing this example up here, then you've probably mastered that particular topic, and you can move on. So just keep that in mind. So maybe the confusion is yeah, they think this is the page and you're hopping from, it isn't. That's just the images, and then you'll scroll down. In fact, this image, you can see there's a lot more pages on this image than the previous ones. Once you get finished with that, you can click to the next one and start this one. So I hope that helps. Let's exit out of here. Let's go back to the home page. So in order to get to this page, you do have to do the initial knowledge check, and that's to indicate to McGraw-Hill that you have learned how to navigate Aleks. And everybody has to do that. Don't skip that. And then you do the prerequisite review. And I would encourage you to get this done before Wednesday. I know it's not due till Friday, but I would encourage you to do this now, so that if you really struggle with the prerequisite review, you may want to drop this class and take Chem 140. All right? That's why I think it's important that you get it done by Wednesday. It's not that hard. I would say about half the in-person classes done it, and I would say about a third of the online classes done it at this point. But the reason why I'm saying get it done by tomorrow, if you find this is too difficult, then you can drop this class and the lab, if you're taking the lab, and you can take introductory general chemistry, which is Chem 140. You can take it here or any other place in KCTCS. But generally after Wednesday, a lot of classes close. They don't allow late additions to the class. I know mine don't, because of all this electronic technology. Some classes will allow you to add till Friday, but some of those require instructor's permission. So if you want the fluidity of dropping and adding, it needs to be done by tomorrow. So get this prerequisite review done. Once you get that done, then the chapter 1 module will open up. You can start on it, and you saw that it's due next week. Some people get freaked out about this total completion goal. Yes, there are 190 topics that we are going to cover in this class, and you will complete those by April 29th. So you'll see as we go through the semester that you are completing them. Excuse me. The other thing that's really cool about Aleks is this PI system. This is what's going to tell you, are you mastering this or not? And they talk about this. You can get into Aleks PI detail, and they'll explain to you exactly what you're mastering and what you need help on. I think this is going to be a great tool for seeing what your weaknesses are and addressing those weaknesses before you take the summative exams or final exams. So I think that'll help as well. again, you've got a calendar, you've got the grade book. I don't really, the message center, you're probably better off just to message me directly at brent.eldridge@kctcs.edu. Uh, this stuff, it goes through Blackboard, and then it goes through me, and it gets to be a problem. So I would just email me directly. I hope that answers your questions, and if you have additional questions, just make sure you email me, especially the online class, because I know it's not the same as being in person where you can just ask me questions in class. So communication is going to be key, and when you have questions, email me. Thank you.